Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Owoyemi. Good evening, Jumbo. Good evening, uh, Akpam. So, how is your day? How is your weekend? And how is everything? Happy Sunday to you all.
Good evening, sir. Thank you very much. My day went well, and in service we have a very powerful service today. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
You're welcome.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you doing? Happy Sunday.
I should say I'm doing well.
It's fine. Nice to hear from you. Uh, Akpam, how are you doing, Akpam? Hello, Mr. Akpam.
Yeah, I'm good, sir. I'm good, sir. And you, sir?
I hope you are fine. I'm good. I'm good. I hope you are fine.
Yes, sir, I'm okay.
Yeah, there is someone that is not in class, which is Favor. Favor have not been feeling fine for the past few days. He chatted me up that they have not been feeling fine. So you guys should try to reach out to Favor. Okay, we are one family, and we are here to build connections and also learn how we can relate with one another. So it's not just all about we learning programming alone. It's all about we caring for our neighbors. So it's part of what God has commanded to us that we should love our neighbor as ourselves. So caring is one of the commands. Okay. Thank you. We are going to start this journey, and before we start, I would like us to. Okay, I believe everybody was in class on Friday. Okay, Akman, please kindly give me a brief introduction of what you learned on Friday so I can move on.
Where I am now is kinder noisy, so I'm heading home, please.
Okay, Woyemi, can you take over?
Good evening. So, in our last class, we discussed about list, and that was when we discussed about ordered list and unordered list, and we discussed also on sort, how to sort data, and how to we perform the add, which we use the appends, and which we use the insert also, and also how to update and how to delete from the cell, from the list. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you. Thank you for that brief introduction. Thank you. So, Akman, sorry, Mr. Jumbo, have you gone through the video? Have you planned on going through the video?
Yes, I have started, not all, but I've started.
You have started.
Before in 2 days' time, I'll conclude them. I'll finish up and I'll work on the
Okay.
assignment. Mm.
Yeah, I will not want to stress you. I will not be asking you too many questions because I want you to go through those classes. Then at the end of it, I'll give you a test. So thank you for today and thank you everyone for joining. So I'm going to start now. We all heard that about what Woyemi have explained. So we are going to continue. So today's topic is list comprehension. So I'm not going to start off list comprehension. I'm just going to what continue from what our previous class. So we ended at what extending a list. So we extended these two lists, which is list one and what list two. And we extended it by adding list 2 to what list 1. So now I'm going to talk about copying a list. Copy. When we say copy, like duplicating a list, yeah, let's say having a copy of a particular list. So I'm going to use this list 1 and list 2, and I'm going to work on what the copy. Now for us to copy, I'm going to write a variable name called list 3, list 3. Now this list 3, I'm going to assign it to what list 1, list 1. Then I'm going to what copy. I'm going to use a method called copied dot what copy. Now when I use a method called copied, automatically when I print it out, everything inside list 1 will be copied to what list 3. So when I print out list 3, I will have a copy of what list 1. So this is the method you can use to what to copy. So let me print out what list 3. Print list 3. Now when I print out list 3, so let me just take it out of here, uh, add it here. So to show you the difference between what I did. So list 3, when I run it, you see that I have a copy of what list 1. So this is how you can what make use of the word copy. So it will copy, and there's other way you can make use of copy. So just play with it and you will learn more. So there's something we called deleting in an item. There is what we call pop, pop. Now I want to ask a few questions. So I believe Owoyemi, I don't know if you uh, have heard about pop in data structure. Can you briefly explain for me what you understand by pop, popping an item? Do you have an idea? Hello, Owoyemi. Okay.
And
Do you have an idea about
uh,
popping an
okay,
item
popping an item in in data structure, it
in data
means like
structure with
removing. Yes, in data structure, removing, returning, or going back to the top in a container, like first
yeah,
in, first out. We discussed
yes,
the other
okay.
time.
Yes, I just want to bring out I just want you to remember what you have learned in your school days. Now we talked about pop, we talk about push, we talk about pop in data structure. So I don't know. Everybody here is not a computer scientist, not a programmer here. So we are learning. So I'm going to briefly explain it and break it down to our level. So pop is deleting an item from a list using what pop method. When I say delete, I do not mean that I want to delete it permanently, but it just I want to pop it out. So I'm going to make use of what this item, this list 1. I'm going to copy it. I'll create a new tab. I'll paste it. I'll run it. Now I want to do something. Okay. Oh. Okay. Um, let me use this. Let me use this. Sorry, let me just use this. Okay. Let me just use this. So I'll copy this and paste it there. I'll change few things. So let me delete this. Delete. Delete. Now look at pop. So I'm going to change it. It's a method. Pop. Pop is a method. So I'm going to create a variable and I'm going to name it as what item pop. Item underscore popped. Now item under popped. When I popped the item inside inside list inside list 1. Now inside list 1, when I pop it, you will see it will pop out the last item. it will pop out the last item. Okay. Okay, for us not to get confused, let me just delete this. Okay, let me just delete this. Now, I'm focusing on this list one. I've removed list two so that you have full knowledge of what I'm doing. So I'm going to run it. You see, it popped part four because when it popped uh from the last. When I pop again, three will go. When I pop again, two will go. And when I pop again, one will go. That is how it pop. It's just like a data structure. Have you heard about stack? Have you guys heard about stack? I don't know if you have heard about stacking. Okay, just as I explained at our last class, when use an example of an examination when everybody will be on a straight line, the last person that comes in will be at the back. So still the same way, when they want to move in an orderly manner, they can just be going one after the other. So the first person from the back, when everything is done, the last person from the back will go first, because remember, this is our normal saying that it's not the first. I've forgotten how they used to put it. uh it's not by going to first, yeah, it's not by going first, but okay, it's not everybody who wrote an exam who come first, but it's the person who perform very well in an exam. So still the same way. I just want to relate it to what uh to this popping item. So when you pop, the last person comes out, you pop again, like that, like that. It's just like a stack. Okay, so let me move on. So I believe you guys understand. Do you understand? So that I will move on. Do you understand about this pop?
Yes, sir.
So yeah. So you can pop an item using the index number. So for example, I want to use index number. So one, zero, sorry, 0, 1, 2. So let me just pop out one. One will give me two, right? So I'll insert one, then run. You see, when I inserted the index number, it gave me two. So you can pop using the index number. So I believe you understand. There's other thing we can also do in a list. You can remove an item. You can remove an item. Now, let me use this. Instead of pop, let me replace it to remove, removed, then change this to what, remove. So then pop remove is a method too. Remove is what, a method too. So let me remove. Now I can decide to remove from the index number of 2. You see, it did not give me anything. So I can decide to remove 6. I can decide to remove 6 from, okay, let's see, 0. Let's see what our, okay, it's still correct. So let me remove. Okay, error. Which error? X not in the list. So 0 is not in the list. 0 is not in the list. So I can decide to, let me remove 1. Let's see something. Now it's showing me none. So what happened? What happened? Okay. Mm, what happened? So let's see. Let's see what happened here. Okay. Now, sorry. Let me remove. Let me remove 3. God. So what's happening now? So I have an error here. I have an error, and which okay. Okay, I've seen that. Look at it. Let me start it again for you to understand it very well. I'll copy this. I'll paste it here. I'll run it. We have our list one, right? So I'll copy this. I'll paste it down here. Now, you see, I don't want to use variable name. I don't want to use variable name. I just want to leave it like this. When I run it, automatically my my list will be changed. So let's look at this. You see that three have been removed. Three have been removed. So you can use the remove method. So you see, it's showing me none because I added what? A variable name. I added what? Variable name. So when you want to remove, you don't add variable name and you don't print. So I remove like this. Okay. So let's move on. So deleting an item. Deleting an item, there's a word we use to delete an item. For example, I want to delete this list one. I will use del. So what is del? So I can do it like this. I can say dl, then I can pass in what? Okay, dl list one. Then I will pass in the number I want to delete. Let's say 4. Sorry. Okay, now the index number, I'm using the index number. You see, when it came out error, it said that the list assigned index out of range because the index number is out of the range. So sorry, I have remember that we have removed some certain numbers. So we have 0, 1, and 2. So we have 2. I'm going to run it again. Then 2 have already been deleted. So when I run my list 1, you see that index 2 has been deleted. So let me run. You see, index 2 has been deleted. So this is how you can use the del. So there's a word we use to clear. We don't want to, okay, we want to clear we want to clear uh, list. Okay, we want to clear list one. We don't want to see anything inside this list one. So there's a method we use. Guys, I believe you guys are following.
Yes, sir.
Akpam, are you guys following? Akpam,
Yes, sir. We are following, sir. I'm following.
okay. Akpam, are you
Yes,
still
sir. Yes,
following?
sir.
Okay. For example, I want to remove everything inside this list one. I'm going to add a code here. For me to
Yes, I'm
delete it,
following.
okay, no problem. So I'm going to use the method called clear. So I'm going to say list one is a method clear. Now when I run it, automatically when I print my list one, you see nothing will be inside. I've cleared everything. So it will just be the list alone. So look at it, nothing inside this list. So it's empty. So moving on to our today's topic, we have what comprehension. List comprehension. List comprehension. Now list comprehension. Now what comes to your mind? I want us to explain it to our own point of view. When you hear the word list comprehension, what comes to your mind? Anybody can answer. If you have an idea, you can answer. Is there anyone who have an idea?
Okay, sir. Can I go ahead, sir?
Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay, from the English word, comprehension simply means understanding or
Yes. Okay.
understand. So this comprehension, that is least understanding.
Okay. Good. 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 So, what you mean? Do you have any idea?
Okay, to me, least, let me say, least comprehension simply means having a series of maybe code or something on a single line.
Okay. Good. So, let me briefly explain. So, Mr. Jumbo, you are also right. Owoyemi, you are also right. Now, let's come about definition of it. First of all, we have to focus on what the theoretical aspect of what the definition. Now, what is the theoretical aspect is all about? Simply means that comprehend, understand. Now, when we had list, it's like list on comprehension. Now, for the list to understand that this is a certain code we want it to perform. That is why they called it what list comprehension. It's an elegant way to write a different list, to write a list. Now, for you to write a list, you have to let the system know that, or the list know that this is what I want you to do for me. Understand it for me and give me the output. So that's why it's being called what list comprehension. Now, my definition concerning what list comprehension from Python programming, please take note of it. List comprehension provide an elegant way to create new list, to what create a new list. Now, two, it consists of what bracket containing an expression followed by a clause. Please, I want you to take note of it too. Followed by a clause, then zero or more. Then let's search from Google. What do we understand by what list comprehension? So let's see what Googles can also tell us about list comprehension. So I will search on Google, then I will share my screen, okay? So let me search. Okay, I want to share my screen now. So so I believe you can see it. Hello, hello guys. Can you
We
see
are
my
seeing,
screen?
yes, sir, we are seeing it.
Oh, yeah, can you see it? I believe Akman, you can see it. So let's move on.
Yes.
Uh, okay. Now, list comprehension, you see, list comprehension provide a concise way to create what new list for existing iterable likes list tuple. So we are not going to focus on tuple because tuple is another topic. So or range in a single line. So it's a way you can write a Python code in a single line that will give us a list. It replaces what the traditional looping and appending, okay, block, making your codes faster to write and easier to what read. This is the advantage of list comprehension. It make your code to be faster and to be easier to read. Now this is example. Now we have what new list. This is a variable name. We have new list and we assign it inside a list. You see, a list is normally indicated using what a square bracket inside a list. Now we are using a for statement and a for statement like a condition. Now the expression will come first, what we want it to be, then we give it a condition, we state the item, then in what in another condition. So it's just like, first of all, the expression is the operation of the value to add to the new list. The item is the current element being evaluated for the iterable. Yeah. Now these iterable are the collection you are looping through what? Through is, let's say, sequence. Or so these are common examples. These are common examples. So I'm not going to make it hard for you. I'm going to teach you the basics, and also for you to understand it very well. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and move to what Google Colab. This is Google Colab. Now, I listed two ways we can define a list. So let me just write it down here again. One, say list comprehension. List comprehension provide an elegant, let's say elegant ways to create what? New list. Now let's focus on this. Let me just use this alone. So let's move on. So I'm going to write a code on what? List comprehension. So so now I'm going to create what? A string. A string. And this string, I'm going to convert it to what? To a list. I'm going to convert it to a list. Okay. Now I'm going to say my string. Sorry, I'm using string. I want to convert a string to what? A list, using what? List comprehension. So my list, so I'm going to use welcome. Now I'm going to write a variable called my list equal to. Now I'm going to use a square bracket. Now this square bracket, I'm going to write it for I. Now I is my expression. I for I. Now I for I. Now I is my variable and also my expression. I'm going to declare my variable name, which I'm using I, is also my expression, as what Google said. For I, first of all, when you are writing in list comprehension, you start with the variable name first, then you move to the for, then you still write the what? Variable name. I'm coming out. I'll attend to you. I'm coming, okay? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir, you can.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, sorry, I'm attending to something, okay? I'm attending to something. Sorry. Sorry for the distraction. So let's move on. Now the variable name is I. Now I will still be my expression. Now I'm going to say I for I in what? I'm using range. Remember, when Google define it, it also give us in. Now I'm telling the system to use a looping statement for me using for loop. Now for loop, then I'm giving it a range in a range, just like an English language, because remember we defined Python as what? An high level language. High level language, which is also English like what? Programming language, which you can communicate with the system to what? Give you your result in English format. Unlike our old programming language, which you write in symbols and code. Examples of that are what? Assembly language. Assembly language. So I don't know if you have heard about assembly language. Assembly language normally is being written in code and symbols. So Python is an high level language. So all these current advanced what programming language are written in what? High level language. It's an English like what? Language which you can use to program easily. So unlike that. So let's move on. So I'm going to say that it should make it in a what? Uh, okay, okay, in my string. So say for high, for I. Sorry, I'm not supposed to put one here. I. Okay, for I in my string. Now in my string. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. Now in my string, so I'm going to run it. You will see the result. It will put it what? In a list format. It will arrange it in a list format. This is like telling the system that arrange a list for me using these string values. So automatically the list will comprehend it and give you in a list format. So let's run. Let me see my result. Sorry. Let me add my list. Remember, I have to call my variable name. So let me run it, and you see, it has already given me as a list. Automatically, when I search for my list, it will give me that it's a list, not a string again. I hope you guys understand.
Yes, sir.
So let's move on. So I'm going to use other method again. Other method. So uh, now I'm not going to use my string again. I want the system to generate a number for me from a range of 40, starting with a modulus, which is equal to what? 0. So I will pass in a condition. I will pass in what? A condition. Okay. So let's see. Let me just copy this and I will write it as what? List 2. Okay. List 2. Now let me remove this. So I'm going to write range. Now range, then bracket. Range is a function. So bracket 40. Then I'm going to pass in a condition. If I my variable name is modulus 2. I don't know if you guys have heard about modulus. I don't know if you understand the word modulus.
Yeah.
Huh? Hello? Do you
Yes, sir.
understand modulus? Yes, sir. Okay. Jumbo, do you know what to call modulus in mathematics?
Yes, I do.
Akpan, do you know what to call modulus in mathematics?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now Akpan, can you briefly sorry. Awoyemi, can you briefly explain for me modulus? Awoyemi, can you briefly explain for me modulus?
Yeah, sorry. When we talk about modulus, we are talking about the remainder when we are dividing, you know.
Good, good, good. Now, modulus is represented in mathematics. Now, in programming, modulus is represented with what? Percentage sign. You can browse you can browse it, and you will see that modulus is represented with what? With percentage sign. And also uh now, I pass a condition. Let me explain this condition. I said that generate a number I. So I did not know the number. I gave it a variable name of I. I gave it a variable name of I. That I said that generate a number, called it I, from range 40. Range what? 40. Then I pass in a condition. I said that if I is in modulus 2. Now, if I is in modulus 2, so if the I is 2, then and is equal to 0, it should not have remainder. It should start from what? 2. So it should be equal to what? 0. Now, equal equal, I'll write equal equal. Equal equal is represented as what? Now, when you write 1 equal, is represented as what? Assigning a value. Please take note of it. If I write it like this, the system will see it as what? I'm assigning a value. I'm assigning a variable name to a value. Now, when I added another equal, it will be represented as what? Equal to. Equal to now. So 0. Now, I told the system that if I is in modulus 2 and is equal to 0, print it. Print the range for me. Print the range for me. So let's see our output. So okay, I will come down and I will print my list. I'm going to write list 2, copy. So sorry. So yeah, list 2. Is it list 2? Yeah, it's list 2. So I'm going to write list 2 and run. Now, did you see? From 0, it started it 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, like that, like that. I believe you understand this concept.
Yes, sir.
You guys understand, right? Do I need to
No,
explain
no,
again?
no.
You don't understand? Akpan,
I
do you
don't
know? Eh?
understand though. I
You
don't
don't
understand.
understand. Yeah, let me go again. Okay. Please, let me go again. Now, Akpan, pay attention. Pay attention. You see, let me start at the beginning when I did list comprehension. Now, this is a list, my string. This is a string I converted to what? A list. As I declared a variable which I don't know. Remember, when you are declaring a variable name in what? List comprehension, using the for loop, you add the variable name from the front and the back. So I said I in my string. Now, in this string, convert it to what? A list. Now, for I in this string, convert it to what? A list. It gave me an output which he converted it to a list. Now look at this example 2. Now I said that the variable name should be I. Now in a range of 40, I give it I give it a condition in a range of 40. In a range of 40. Now, do you know what is range? I believe you understand the meaning of range, Akman.
Yes, sir.
So what is range?
Range is like some length of numbers.
Yeah, length of number. So I give it a length, a certain length. Now, and I said that since I need the number to be in a certain length like this, 40, I give it a condition that I don't want it to start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like your normal like your normal number counting. I don't want it to start like that. I pass in a condition using the word if statement. I said that if I, which is my variable name, I declare at the beginning, is in modulus 2. Now, Oyemi define modulus as number that have no remainder, right? Now, if I is in modulus 2, that it should give me a number that don't have modulus, like don't have a remainder, starting from 2. Starting from 2. Then it should be equal to 0. So when he's counting the number, it should start with what? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like that, like that. So this is the condition I gave it to the Python to what? Comprehend for me. So when I run it, and this was my result. I believe you understand.
Yes, I understand. I understand.
You understand? If you don't understand, I can go over again. I can go over again.
I understand, sir. I understand.
Right. Okay. We are entering a new week. So now, uh, what type of number system is this?
Even numbers.
Even numbers, right?
Yes, sir.
Akpam, please take note. Write assignment. Take note of this first assignment I'm going to give you. Write a list comprehension of what? A prime number and an odd number. Assignment 1, which to drop it on the group chat for everybody to do the assignment. Write list comprehension on what? Odd number and what? Prime number. So you will do that. So now we are moving to a new topic we called what? Tuple. Now what is tuple? What time is this now? Should I continue? Should I go to a new topic?
Yes, sir. Continue.
Oweyemi?
Yes, I'll continue.
Okay. Okay. Everybody said, okay, Akmam. Edet, should I continue?
Yes, please. Let's go ahead.
Okay, so we are in 8:49. We are moving up, so we have like 20 minutes now. So let's move on. Now I'm entering a new topic which we call tuples in Python. Tuples. Now tuples. What is tuples? I'm introducing you guys to tuple. Now what is tuple? Tuple is a collection of data. Tuple is a collection of what? Data or value that can be what? Of the same data type or not or not. But tuple is immutable. What is immutable? Uh Now, can someone quickly browse for me? Just search on your own end. Search what is immutable and explain it for us.
I think we discussed immutable the last class. I said immutable are value that cannot be changed.
Cannot be changed. Good. So just as a list. Now in list, You can change list. You can change list. Remember we when change a list for you guys, you can change a string. But in tuples, you cannot change a tuple. You cannot what change a tuple. Once it's created, it's created. Now in Python, tuple has a place to stay. Why tuple is has a place to stay is because it's like saving your data. Okay, it's saving your data for people not to what change it. Now, have you ever used a website before where you fill in your data? They will show you the data, but you cannot edit again. It's just one time.
Yes, yes, sir. I've experienced
Yeah, they
such.
use yeah they use tuple to what to store those what values. You can just you can create a tuples a list of uh, you can create a tuple with a list of item. You cannot alter, you cannot change it. It will be there, it will display to you, but you cannot change. You cannot change. So we are going to see how we can what make use of what tuples. And also uh tuple is normally used for what authentication. Authentication is normally used for security purpose. So for example, I'm going to give you some projects, few Python projects which you are going to create yourselves, but not in this class, not in this okay, not in this uh let's say class, yeah, and not in this topic. When we move ahead, nearly close to the end of this training, I'll give you an assignment to do. Now, that assignment is just like your voting system, how the system work. You are going to create a Python program that will tell you that the system will tell you to impute your age. If you did not meet some certain criteria, it will bounce you back. Okay, for example, normally in Nigeria system, it's only from 18 upward can vote, right? So I'm going to tell you to create a voting system which it will ask you to impute your data, your age, your name. Then if you are 18, it will bounce you back. It will tell you that you are not allowed to vote. But if you are more than 18, it will tell you you are eligible to vote, like that, like that. And also uh those values should be stored inside what a tuple, which nobody can delete, but it's people can see it, but they cannot what edit it. So we are going to play on project like that. So let's move on as time goes on. As time goes on. So let's move on. So now we have explained tuple. So let's declare a tuple. A tuple is not declared like a list. Tuple are not declared like what? A list. Now remember when we declare tuples, sorry, when we declare list, we declare list as what? Square bracket, right? Now this time around, we are going to use the normal bracket. The normal bracket is represented as what? Tuple in Python. So let me define it for you guys. So a tuple is a collection collection of what? Data um or value that can that can be that can be of what same what data type. Okay, data type or not. Okay, and tuple tuple is immutable. immutable, it cannot be changed, right? So tuple are immutable, full stop. That that is once created, sorry, let me put my comma. Once created, okay, comma, it cannot be what? The value cannot be changed. Value can cannot be changed, okay? Cannot be changed. Okay, good. Now this is definition, so take note of it. I just wrote it down so that in case of anyone going through the YouTube video, you will be able to understand what is tuple. So now I'm going to declare a tuple. So I'm going to write tuple, tuple declaration, tuple what? Declaration. So sorry. So I'm going to use our comment. So comment. So remember. So I'm going to write my first tuple underscore tuple. The variable name will be my tuple equal to normal bracket or normal bracket. Now let me check for the type. Print, let's say type my tuple. Sorry. My tuple. Then now I'll close the bracket. Now let's see our output. You see, tuple is what? The class is what? Tuple. So it's a tuple. We have already created a tuple. So I'll also insert values. This is how you can what? Insert value. It's just like your what? Your normal list. You can insert like this. So this is a tuple. We have created it. It's a tuple. So let's move on. Let's see some other example. So I've created what? A tuple. So this is a tuple. Now I've assigned a tuple. Now you can also what? Assign a tuple. Please take note, very important. You can also assign a tuple without you putting the bracket. Please. By default, the system recognize that when you declare value like this, it's a tuple. It's a tuple. The system have already recognized it that you have declared a tuple. So this is a tuple. And when you check for the class, okay, let me just copy this. Let me paste it here. It's check for the tuple. It's the class is what? Tuple. So by default, it already recognized it as what? Tuple. You cannot uh you cannot uh go um you cannot go away with that. The system not to recognize it's a tuple. Okay. So that is that is all. Uh so what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Should I give I want to give an assignment. Uh okay, Akpam, have you jot the first assignment?
Yes, sir. I've done it.
Okay, add this one to it. Write a tuple with a different data type. 2. Access Access a tuple using an index number. 3. Try to change item in tuple and try to change number in tuple. And also, that is 4, right? Hello? Hello, are you recording? What number?
No, no. I was trying to type as you are saying.
Uh, okay, where are you now?
How from
Hello,
me?
where are you?
You are welcome.
Huh?
Okay, please start again. Sorry.
Our first assignment was what?
Write a list comprehension on odd numbers and prime numbers.
Okay. Now, 2. Write a tuple with different data type. 3. Access item in tuple using what? Index. 4. Try to change value of an item in a tuple. And 5. Create a nested tuple. And 6. Count, perform a count, and what? Look for the length. Okay? Have you written that?
Yeah, I've written up, but number 3, you said access what? Access item
Access item using the index.
in a tuple, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you have done that, you drop it on the group chat. I expect everyone to do the assignment and drop it on the assignment folder. And also go through the recorded video. Our next topic on Friday will be introduction to what sect. Okay? Hello guys. I believe you
So,
heard what I
so
said.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you're together.
So introduction to sect. So we are going to be introducing sect to you guys. So let's move on and let's call it a day because it's already 9 o'clock, which we have already spent an hour. So do have a great week ahead, and I pray your week is blessed and much favor for you guys. Please keep on keep on reading and also keep on going through the YouTube video and learn what we have taught today. Practice more, and I believe that what you have learned will stick to you, and everything you intend to make use of will come to the fulfillment of Christ, and you will make it and also impact knowledge to others. I pray that your night is blessed. So good night, everyone, and have a great day. Have a great week and success.
All right, thank you. Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.